All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Crackhead with a Microphone, the only podcast in the world where you listen to a crackhead talk until you wonder if you're the high one. My name is K Rock Dizzle. Let's get into it. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, boxing is a fucking joke, bro. And like, I feel like if you watch that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson event, you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like fans of boxing have felt this way for years. Um, But we're just going to talk about the event, and we're just going to talk about all the fuckery that happened. There was so much fuckery in this event. First of all, boxing is just so fucking weird. Like combat sports in general, is so fucking weird. You have fucking Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and you had UFC 309 this past weekend, and I'm gonna talk about UFC 309 too. I'm not even gonna lie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just talk about both. Now the Mike Tyson Jake Paul event was Friday night, and for those of you who don't know, I'm sorry to have to spoil this for you. I don't know if spoiler warnings count on sports that happen live. Spoiler warning for both events. Um, yeah, Jake Paul won via unanimous decision, which I called to a T. I specifically said, bro, everybody I talked to about this fight leading up to it, everybody was talking about, oh, Iron Mike this, Iron Mike that. Mike Tyson won't let the demons out on this one. He won't let it fly on this one. Jake Paul about to get knocked the fuck out. Da 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 da. And I was like, something seems fishy here. Something seems very fishy here. Because my wrestling brain kicked in. My wrestling brain knows that like when something seems too good to be true, it is. And I was like, this is a 58-year-old man. And everybody's talking about, oh, Mike Tyson a beast, Mike Tyson a beast. Mike Tyson ain't been a beast since like 1989, bro. And I was like, then they released the rules. And the rules for their fight was that it was 2 minute rounds and it was only 8 rounds. And I said, damn, that's a short fight. That's a very short fight. That's shorter than most exhibition fights. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, this to protect, this for Mike Tyson because he don't got that stamina, but he gonna get it done in the first round anyway." Hmm. Hmm. The eyebrow kept going up, and then the day of the fight came around, and I had a bunch of niggas talking to me. I was in the Discord chat with my bros, and I was like, "Y'all keep talking about Mike Tyson, but what if Jake Paul win by unanimous decision?" Just a crazy thought. And I told that to my one buddy too, who go to school with me. She's a little older than me, so she was there for the Mike Tyson years. She's like, "No, you disrespecting Iron Mike. You being disrespectful." I'm like, "But let's think about it." And I told her what I said about the short fight, and I was like, "What if that was just to keep the fight short? They dance around. He gets a couple more punches thrown, and he wins by decision." Everyone called me crazy. They called me a madman. They said I was wrong. They said I couldn't be more wrong if I tried. And guess what? I watched that fucking fight, and the exact thing I thought would happen happened. Jake Paul won via unanimous decision. It wasn't even a fucking split decision because Mike Tyson's an old fucking man. A 58-year-old went out there on Netflix in front of everybody, gassed after round two, breathing heavy in his fucking corner, barely able to throw a jab, and Jake Paul was just able to pepper him with body shots until the time ran out. It was the equivalent of scoring like 1 point in soccer and then just like playing mad defense because that really what happened. He got his one little point that he knew he was going to get, and then he just kept the defense up until the clock ran out. So yeah, but just like the whole spectacle of this was fucking stupid. They were in fucking AT&T Stadium, which depending on how you see it, can hold over 100,000 people. Meaning 100,000 people flew to fucking Texas. They flew to Texas to watch this fucking event, and it was on Netflix. And also, like, bro, I think these fights were fucking. I think these fights were forged, bro, or not forged. What's the word? Scripted. These fights had to be scripted. Out of 4 fights on this card, on the main card at least, there was preliminaries, but gives a fuck about the prelims. There were 4 fights on this card, and all of them went to a decision. Nobody got knocked out on this fucking card. And like, I know that's just the nature of it, bro. Not everybody gets knocked out, but I think it's kind of fishy that Netflix, the app that very famous for that the app that very famously like determines what people are watching via the watch times, had an event where all the fights went the maximum time. Because remember, if somebody gets knocked out, that's the end of the fight, and you don't need to watch that fight anymore. But if a fight goes all 12 rounds, you have to watch every single second of that fight. That's more watch time. And I think it's just a little suspicious that every single fight went to a decision. All four of them. The main event, granted, that's Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. People thought that would go to a well, at least I thought that would go to a decision. The co-main event, which was a title fight and a rematch from a previous fight that happened years ago, that was essentially a grudge fight. And they beat the fuck out of each other for 10 rounds and no one got knocked out. Give me a fucking break, bro. Give me and the shawty who won by decision shouldn't even have won. We saw I saw Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson in the decision, and probably one of the biggest robberies in boxing in the same night. In my first ever boxing event that I watched. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? The first two fights were fucking filler. One Piece level filler. I'm talking Naruto. Do 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 do. You know how you hear that music? You know you about to watch some bullshit. They should have played that shit for the first two fights because that shit was corny, bro. But like, for real, like this whole sport is a fucking joke, bro. This whole sport is a joke. And like people were saying this shit a couple months ago because, all right, Francis Ngannou left the UFC. This nigga Francis Ngannou left the UFC because the UFC don't pay shit, but boxers make a gazillion dollars. Francis was basically like, if I'm a worker, I want to be able to box too. The UFC was like, fuck off. He went and boxed. This nigga who's never boxed before. I want y'all to really understand how much of a joke boxing is. There is a nigga somewhere in this. Well, his name is Francis, but there is a nigga on this planet who didn't even start his MMA career until he was a full grown adult and made it to the UFC, which is unheard of. Incredible punching power, knocking niggas out left and right. Left the UFC with no formal boxing training and barely any years of mixed martial arts training under his belt, and took on Tyson Fury in a boxing match and took him to the limit and arguably won to the point where people were calling it a robbery when the judges gave it to Tyson Fury. I want you to really think about that. Someone in their first professional boxing fight took the heavyweight champion, the guy that people have been touting as the greatest of a generation for like the past 3 years, to his fucking limit. This sport is a fucking joke because there is no way somebody should be able to do that. I don't give a fuck like how tough a nigga is. There's no way that somebody with no formal training could come into their first fight and beat the brakes off a champion. It's the type of shit where it's like this shit is either y'all are all a bunch of frauds or the shit is scripted. And you hear shit all the time about boxing has a lot of fraud, boxing has a lot of this, boxing has a lot of that. There's a lot of shit behind the scenes, and like cool. You know what? If you still want to watch boxing, that's cool. But my thing is like I'll say I'm angry, but I'm not angry. But my shit is like, don't. I watch wrestling, right? A nigga who watches boxing will straight tell me to my face, you know that shit you watch fake, right? You know that shit you watch fake, right? I know my shit is fake. My show will not lie to you about the fact that they are scripted. You ask any wrestler, they'll be like, yeah, it hurts, but like we know who wins beforehand. No boxer will tell you that shit. But I have a feeling that a lot of boxers know who's winning beforehand before these fights start. These niggas got scripts. These niggas got outlines. These niggas got play by plays. Like, cause there's no way this shit is happening the way it does. That fucking co-main event, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. The judges giving it to who they gave it to was one of the most appalling things I've ever seen. As someone who doesn't even watch boxing, as someone who just has two eyes and common sense, yeah, it was a close fight. But for it to be a unanimous decision her way, cap. Bucket hat cap. I'm talking straight lids. Like, like it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Boxing is a joke. It's a joke. And it's a funny joke. It's a joke that works. I watched the full event. I know mad niggas probably watched the full event. But like it's a joke. And Netflix is the only one laughing right now because they made a shit ton of money and put the fucking niggas from Cobra Kai in my face like 7 times. I'm not watching Cobra Kai. Stop putting the coaches in the front row, bro. I'm not watching that shit, bro. I'm not watching I'm not watching New Age Karate Kid, but in high school show. Like, like for real, Cobra Kai is what if the Karate Kid in One Tree Hill was a show? Not watching that, bro. These fake ass Disney Channel kung fu moves. This is basically kicking it with a little more edge. Like, ooh, a fight broke out in school. How y'all like? Come on, bro. Shaq was fucking there. Shaquille O'Neal was there. Like, fucking Snoop Dogg was probably in that building somewhere. They just didn't put him on camera. But yeah, bro. Jake Paul won. Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson. After Mike Tyson talked all this, I'm about to show my kids have never got to see Mike Tyson. Bro, Mike Tyson came out in a fucking Louis Vuitton designer leopard thong for his weigh-ins and was wearing that shit around the locker room. Weird. Jake Paul is roided to the gills with mad tattoos. Goofy. Mauro Ronaldo was on fucking commentary. And honestly, bro, Mauro Ronaldo just need to go back to the fucking WWE. Like, I don't know what it is, but that man, like, listening to him talk about boxing, he sounded way more passionate when he was talking about wrestling, bro. Put that man back in NXT. Have him scream "Mamma Mia" at some super kicks or something, because there was nothing here. Maybe there was just the fact that there was nothing here to scream about. You know, Mauro Ronaldo gets excited when exciting shit is on the screen. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson dancing around each other. You know that one Family Guy clip where they just standing in a circle with their fists raised? Oh yeah, throw the first punch. Nah, you throw the first punch. Yeah, you throw the first punch. That was that fight, bro. 8 rounds of bullshit. 8 rounds of bullshit. So yeah, boxing is a joke. And don't let anyone tell you that it's not, because it is. The UFC is a joke too, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, John Jones came back after 2 years off from an injury. Like, I don't know how to explain this to people who don't watch sports, but like, I want y'all to really understand. This nigga John Jones won a championship, got injured, and in his absence, they crowned an interim champion. They said, okay, this is the champion while the champion's gone. This is the substitute champion. And then the guy who had the championship came back, and instead of immediately fighting the substitute champion, said, "Nah, bro, give me the same fight. I want to fight the same bull I was going to fight 2 years ago, bro. I'm not fighting that other dude, bro. He a bum." Calling someone who's the champion of your division a bum is crazy. This man's walking around defending a belt that you're supposed to be defending. He won a belt in your absence, and you're talking about some, nah, he's a bum. He's corny. He's an up and comer. Up and comer, he has the fucking belt. You're ducking. You're ducking him. And then the fucking UFC just pussies out and basically says, nah, bro, you don't have to fight him if you don't want to. What? What? Does that make any sense, bro? Dana White, what are we doing, bro? Everyone wants to talk, bro. Once again, I'm a wrestling fan. Niggas used to love talking about some Vince McMahon doesn't know what he's doing. Tony Khan doesn't know what he's doing. We need to hire so and so to run these companies, bro. These niggas, bro, they had the harder job. They had to make the fights and determine who wins the fights and write the stories. All Dana White has to do is take two guys who are of the same skill level and put them in a fight with each other, and he can't even fucking do that. Dana White, what the fuck, bro? Like, these combat sports are a joke, bro. Bro, I can't take it, bro. It's robberies left and right. Like, somebody in this Netflix fight got an extra bag under the table for one of these decisions. Somebody got paid to not knock somebody out. And John, like, I don't know how much they paid John Jones, but like, there's no, like, come on, bro. No one's slick. It's not slick. So yeah, but Katie Taylor, you got a Mickey Mouse ass win, bro. I'm really not over that. I really watched you get beat up by a girl for 10 rounds just to get handed your belt. You did not earn that, John, bro. And keep it a buck. Let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a bean. Yeah. And like sensu bean. Alright. I'm not gonna lie. I have this weird habit where like I just start rapping, bro. No, like everybody I'm cool with now just be like, yo, bro, like low key, you got autism, and I've just accepted it. Like I think I'm autistic, cause like yeah, yo, y'all gonna play Marvel Rivals though? That drawing dropped December 6th, bro. 33. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm mad that drawing come out the week of my finals. Cause I know like I'm gonna be studying for finals. I'm gonna hop on after finals. And there's gonna be niggas that's like prestige already because they wanted to grind out the game in the first week. I'm not trying to get left behind, but it is what it is. My bad, bro. That Deer Park be hitting sometimes. Why is it called Deer Park? Like, this how we talk about. But like, no. Why is it called Deer Park? Like, do they get it from a park full of deer, or is that just like a cool name? EST 1873. What is EST? Established. That's kind of corny. I don't know if that's corny. 16.9 fluid ounces. All right, so like I don't know if anyone knows the answer to this. I'm about to. In fact, let me record this on my phone so I can put this on TikTok too, because this is a question I actually like kind of want to answer to. Hold on. All right, so like I don't know if anyone knows the answer to this, but like, what's the difference between a fluid ounce and an ounce? Cause like, is an ounce not still just an ounce? Like whether it's liquid or solid, it's an ounce, right? Like I don't understand why bottles say such and such fluid ounces. And why is it 16.9? Why couldn't it just be a straight 16? What's up with the point? Oh, because it's 500 milliliters. They wanted to make it cool for the metric system. That shit don't make no sense to me. That shit don't make no sense to me, bro. Like I don't get it. I just downed a bottle of water and I got all these questions. This is what happens when you put a microphone in my face. This is why you listen to me talking so you wonder if you're a high one. Because, like, is anyone going to ask these questions? No, but these are the questions that need answers. What is the difference between a fluid ounce and an ounce? That is my question. And why is it called Deer Park? I hate silhouettes. I think I'm like really like I don't think I hate silhouettes, but I hate silhouettes of animals. Or like I don't know, something about this here. I don't like that. I don't like that image. That's weird to me. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that old Toys R Us commercial where it was a silhouette of Jeffrey the giraffe looking at the sunset with the little girl on the bench. I hated that. That was like that's an image that was burned into my brain. And the reason that I didn't like that image is because of the silhouette. It never occurred to me that they were looking at the sunset. It always looked like they were looking at me. It was always like Toys R Us. And I just imagine them staring at you like, come to Toys R Us. Yeah, crackheads in this season, bro. That's why people be like, why'd you name the podcast Crackhead with a Microphone? You have not heard me talking to this microphone, bro. I fuck my own head up with the shit I be coming up with. Because I said that shit. I had to look at myself say that shit and be like, damn, this nigga's dumb. But I still believe everything I say because I'm me. Like, we started off talking about boxing. We not even talking about boxing no more. But yeah, bro, boxing is a joke. The UFC is a slightly less funny joke. Cause like the undercard, cool. Charles Oliveira, cool. Cause Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler is the type of thing where it's like, all right, this is cool. But then you do John Jones ducking a nigga for 2 years, and it's like, really, really. So you just get to not fight the people on your level. But I mean, I can't blame him. That's what boxers do. Because there's no reason Jake Paul should have been fighting Mike Tyson, like dead ass. So yeah. Anyway, I'll end the episode there. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to hear more of me. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with the uploads. I'll have a good one.